Authority.
Good morning. I'm George Dean, President and CEO of the Greater Phoenix Urban League, a leading provider of human services in the Valley, and you are watching Urban Connections. For those of you who might be tuning in for the first time, you need to know that Urban Connections came about through an agreement with the Greater Phoenix Urban League and Channel 3 that we would bring you a program at least once each month to talk about various issues, situations, concerns, conditions, and so forth that are taking place not only here locally, but statewide and indeed nationwide. And today we're going to be talking about something that is should be very near and dear to all of us, and that is elections in terms of who we put in office and what laws are passed and all the kind of things that really judge our everyday life and so forth. And we're going to be talking with, have as my guest someone from the Clean Election Commission that's going to talk a little bit about voter education and get you ready for the election that's coming up in 2020, which is, think about it, it's not that far away. In fact, this is December, and this is Christmas. Thanksgiving is behind us. Christmas is on the way, and the New Year is here, and we'll be looking at 2020 in the election. So stay tuned. We'll be back.
Thanks for letting us come into your home each week. We pray for you, and we're believing that you're going to see God's goodness in amazing ways. Stand still, and you'll see God deliver you. When you remain at rest, Almighty God fights your battles. Everybody around you is going to have no doubt the God you serve is an awesome God. I'll promise you this, every time you turn us on, we're going to try to inspire you, to challenge you, to help you become all God's created you to be.
I had a lot of root canals, extractions, always in dental pain. I knew dentures would not be right for me because I'm too active.
Had a lot of cavities, root canals, eating anything cold, it would hurt so bad.
I was embarrassed of my teeth. I don't think dentures were ever a solution. The only option for me was Clear Choice.
The Clear Choice one-day approach is making dental implants a reality for people all over the country who suffer from missing or failing teeth.
Because we have the surgeon and the prosthodontist and the lab in one facility working together as a team, we can perform this procedure in one day.
They put these beautiful teeth in my mouth, and I can eat ice cream, I can eat steak.
Schedule your free consultation today. We'll even talk about financing options.
I went to Clear Choice for new teeth, and I got so much more. They changed my life.
I get at least 5 or 6 compliments a day at work. You know, wow, those teeth, they're gorgeous. All because of Clear Choice.
Call Clear Choice today.
I'm Tim Tonkin at Phillips Law Group. If you've been injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident and are hesitant to contact a lawyer, can I share something with you? I've never met anyone who wants to be in a lawsuit. No one wants to go to trial, and the insurance company is counting on just that. Do you know the best way to avoid the courtroom? Hire a lawyer the insurance company knows will go there if they don't do the right thing. Call me at 602-222-2222 or find us online at phillipslaw.com.
Welcome back. George Dean, Greater Phoenix Urban League, a leading provider of human services in the Valley. You're watching Urban Connections, and if you're just tuning in, you're just in time. You only missed my short introduction that I did, and I'm very pleased to have as my guest this morning Mr. Avery D. Oliver, the voter education specialist for the Arizona Clean Elections Commissions. And
all right.
Avery, let me say welcome to Urban Connections.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And I said that you are a voter education specialist for the Clean Election Commission. Tell us a little bit about the Clean Election Commission before we get into the education.
Yeah, absolutely. The Clean Elections Commission was actually started with a voter initiative. The League of Women Voters had a lot to do with our inception. And basically what we do is we were established to help with basically cleaning up politics. So you don't have to necessarily have a lot of money or have a corporate backing to run with clean elections.
Okay.
And we do campaign finance enforcement, voter education was what I'm charged with, and then also candidate training.
And when you say campaign finance, you provide money to candidates.
That is correct.
But they have to qualify to get that money.
Right, so it's to do a series of $5 contributions, and once you get to a certain amount of the $5 contributions, then we basically give you money to run.
Okay.
And once you have money to run for your primary, we also give you money to run for your general election. So once you make your primary, you also have money to run for your general.
Okay.
So,
and does it equal out for the guys who don't go through clean elections and
well, I mean,
raise their own money, because they have millions and millions of dollars
right.
now?
Well, clean elections is competitive, but for clean elections, a lot of stuff that our candidates focus on is going to be grassroots efforts.
Okay.
So grassroots efforts, you know, digital media, stuff like that, that all can make you really competitive next to a person who's not running clean. So.
Okay, okay. Now, you are the voter and education specialist. Tell us what is the voter education specialist do?
Yeah, well, I'm really excited about my position. I have a lot of passion about my position. What I'm charged with is I basically go anywhere and everywhere across the state and teach voters about their civic engagement rights, about voter education, election deadlines, things of that nature. So I've gone to parks and recreations, community centers. I've been to colleges and things of that nature, giving presentations and workshops.
Mm-hmm. What are you telling them?
I basically tell them the steps on what does informed voting look like. We talk about media literacy, on how to look at on trustworthy sources to get your information from. And a lot of the voters just want basic voting information. They just want to know, how do I vote? How do I vote informed? Mm-hmm. Where do I go to get the information at? Mm-hmm. And one of the places to go to get the information at is our website, azcleanelections.gov.
azcleanelections.gov.
Correct.
And that gives you all the information that you need.
Yeah, it's pretty robust. We have a fantastic web management team. Actually, is one guy, but he's fantastic at it. And we take voters' feedback through surveys and other data, and we're constantly improving our website. So if you go to azcleanelections.gov, we have a tool in there called the Voter Dashboard.
Okay.
You go to this Voter Dashboard, put in your address, and it'll give you all the information that's pertinent to your area, in your district, who your city councilman is, what kind of ballots are on the proposition, polling locations, vote centers, things like that.
Okay. Now, in 2020, I think it's March, that we're having a presidential.
Yes,
presidential preference election.
And, and it is not a primary. A lot of people get it confused with a primary. It is not a primary. What this is right now the Democrats are only participating in it, so the Democratic candidates are basically, or Democratic voters are going to choose who they want to represent them in the presidential, on the presidential ballot.
Yeah. Okay.
So for this particular election, you have to be a Democrat to vote in the PPE. So if you are independent, you could change your registration as long as you change it by February 18th to a Democrat, and then after you vote, you could change it back to independent.
Okay, okay. And Republicans are not doing it, just the Democrats?
Just the Democrats. The Republicans aren't doing it. Basically, the Republicans have decided not to hold one because they are going with who they have in office currently.
Okay.
Democrats, you know, there's a lot of competitors or nominees, so they have to kind of narrow it down.
Okay.
And we've had them before.
Okay. And independents can't get on the ballot at all. But I understand that there are almost as many independents as there are Republicans and Democrats.
Really, about a third of the registered voters are going to be independents.
Yeah, a third.
Yeah, so that's a pretty significant number. Statistically, a lot of independents, they're either, I mean, you know, they're going to either vote Democrat or Republican. But for this particular PPE, they would have to register as a Democrat.
They have to register as a Democrat and
Correct.
so forth. Well, that's good for another time, I guess. In terms of, I'm just trying to figure out, why don't independents have a place on the ballot?
Yeah.
You know, in terms of a preference for a person running as an independent.
Yeah, well, what I can tell you is these political parties have to opt into the PPE.
Yeah.
And this year, only the Democrats opted in. The Green Party, and I don't believe the Libertarians or the Republicans opted into it. But But yeah, that's a whole, as far as why there's not a party for the independents, that's a whole nother
that's a
philosophical topic, yeah.
They don't want to deal with that and so forth. But there will be primary elections here later on. This is the presidential preference.
Yeah, this is the presidential preference.
But there are going to be some primary elections later on in the year because we got to elect the state legislature.
State legislators, senators, things like that. And that, you register to vote by July 6th to vote in the primary, which takes place on August 4th.
On August 4th, okay. We're going to take a short break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk some more about this primary election and so forth. That's pretty important, so stay tuned. We'll be back.
America's veterans are more than a source of pride. They're a source of strength. When our veterans thrive, our communities thrive. With your support, our veterans can get career and education opportunities as well as benefits they've earned.
Hi, I'm Congressman Ruben Gallego. Join me in thanking our nation's veterans. They've given so much. Find out how you can support veterans in our community.
This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
I did 950 miles on the Pacific Crest Trail and then decided I wanted to go hike in the Himalayas. I was not 20 years old. I was 64 years old. We had an absolutely incredible experience. We trekked about between 90 and 92 miles, and to do it pain-free. You think I'm not grateful for arch supports from Good Feet? I mean, come on. I'm Dale, and that's my Good Feet story.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
Chicanos por la Casa helped build this downtown hospital, which helped Adonna get a job so she could buy a home, which helped build this street and revive this neighborhood. Our story is the American story, made of many little stories. Stories of people with big dreams, going places, and climbing higher. Join the cause for change at cplc.org.
Weather alerts, interactive radar, and how much rain fell in your neighborhood. Download the AC Family News app.
George Dean, President and CEO of Great Phoenix Urban League, a leading provider of human services in the Valley. You're watching Urban Connections. I'm talking this morning with Avery Oliver, the voter education specialist for the Arizona Clean Election Commission, a commission that, for those of you who might not be aware of it, has been around since 1998. So it's over 20 years old that the commission has been here, and they are to have clean elections. I mean, and we talk about dark money and shadow money and money coming in that nobody knows who's doing it and so forth. So clean elections came about to try to clear that up. And a candidate don't have to be a billionaire or a billionaire, I should say, to run for office. Which is going on right now in the Democratic primary, where you got a couple of billionaires running and so forth. But that goes into the presidential preference that we're having here in Arizona. But then we also have a primary that's coming up later on in the year, and that's in July.
So you want to register by July 6th to participate.
By July 6th.
But it is on August 4th. The primary actually was moved up because of the legislation from last year. Primary was moved up to the first Tuesday in August versus the last Tuesday in August. So that's a big change, but it'll give candidates a little bit more time to campaign for the general.
And I guess the big primary is going to be the U.S. Senator.
U.S.
Senators.
U.S. Senators, and there's also county and local offices as well. And the primaries happen every 2 years.
The congressional seats, too. aren't they up?
Yeah.
Also. Yeah. Okay.
So it's a big 2020
congressional representatives.
Yeah.
So.
2020 is a huge election. It basically changed the whole landscape of politics in Arizona. It can.
You know, I seem to say every 2 years that this is the most important election ever.
They all are, yeah.
And they all are.
Yeah,
all are very, very important. But this has special significance because it's also a presidential election.
Right, and a lot of times those are the election years that get the most attention, but there's elections going on every year in Arizona.
Right.
So we all got to be mindful of that. And it's great to vote in the national elections, but you have the most power voting in your local election.
Local election.
Right.
And what happens here locally, what our city council and board of supervisors and legislatures and governors, what they do has a more effect on our lives than what happens in Washington.
Correct, correct. And we also elect people that we send to Washington to represent us. So
right.
So yeah.
So that's, I don't know, I know that we haven't had a lot of it here in Arizona, but one of the things, since the Voting Rights Act was gutted by the Supreme Court a few years ago, that in Arizona was part of one of the states.
Yeah, yes.
The Voting Rights Act came into play, that you had to get permission.
Right, I forget the name of it.
Before you change things and so forth. But you know, in the Urban League, we talk about voter suppression and making it hard for people to vote and so forth, and not having enough voting places. Will the Clean Elections Commission get involved in that?
Not necessarily. That's more of a county issue, but what I do on my end as far as educating is I try to educate voters on the correct ID that you need. A lot of times when I'm going into these different communities and spaces, I really advocate for ballot by mail. Ballot by mail doesn't have the stringent ID policies that it has when you go in person.
Okay.
So ballot by mail, they verify it by your signature. So that's the easiest way. You don't have to wait in line. Easiest way to vote. But that is the biggest way, I would say, to get around a lot of the stuff that you see on the news is vote by mail.
Do you register people to vote?
Absolutely.
You can register that?
Absolutely.
Didn't we have a law that says that you can't bundle, I mean, that organizations can't bundle voters and just take it all down one time? If I say at the Urban League, if we have people come in looking for services and we get them to register to vote, then can't we take their ballots down, or do they have to take it down
I'm not too clear of that. I don't want to misspeak on it. I know that when you are circulating a petition, you have to sign the petition as the petitioner. You have to be a certified petitioner, and then all the names on the petition or what you're having signed have to be in that district. So those are some of the stipulations that they have, and you can't pay circulators for signatures, things like that. So there has been some changes to the law, but I'm not too familiar, like on the nuances.
Is that part of voter suppression?
As far as
making it difficult for some folks to, you know, when you talk about identifications, and some people don't have driver's license, and some people don't have.
And what I'll tell you about that, back to that, to circumvent that, I would say vote by mail. If you're unsure about the ID, if you don't want to wait in line, if you're worried about poll intimidation and some of the other things that we've heard have taken place at the polls, just vote by mail.
Okay, just vote by mail.
I mean, yeah, just...
Now, and can you get that off the computer?
No, but if...
Or do you call and tell somebody to send you a ballot?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that. What you want to do is you want to contact your county recorder. If we're in Maricopa, contact your Maricopa County recorder, and they will give you all the information you need on getting your early ballot, where the early voting locations are, and then the process. So just contact your county recorder. You can always refer to our website for more information, though.
Always, and that website, once again,
is azcleanelections.gov.
azcleanelections.gov.
That's correct.
Okay, we're going to take another short break, and we're going to come back and wrap up this conversation. Stay tuned. We'll be back.
You may recognize some of the tools of our trade. We have them all, but it's what we pack inside these vans that can fix just about any problem you have. We normally only send one, maybe two, but we're all here for you, and nobody can beat our prices or service. So for all your plumbing, heating, and air conditioning needs, call Parker & Sons. Oh, and by the way, the Sons in our name doesn't mean that these are really all my sons.
Yeah, right. Call 602 to repair to get it done.
Arizona's biggest Black Friday event is on now. Get ready for the Larry H. Miller Black Friday Gadget Giveaway, where you can win a $100,000 grand prize or 2 new vehicles. Now through December 2nd, visit Larry H. Miller Toyota, Dodge Ram, and Hyundai for a huge selection of used cars starting at $59.95. Or get a new vehicle with financing as low as 0% APR for 72 months or cash back up to $11,250 off MSRP. And it wouldn't be a gadget giveaway if we didn't give away the season's top gadgets every hour. Larry H. Miller dealerships at West Bell Road and the 101 in Peoria. Driven by you.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
Start your mornings with Olivia Fierro. Weekdays only on 3TV.
Welcome back. I'm George Dean, President and CEO of the Greater Phoenix Urban League, leading provider of human services in the Valley. You are watching Urban Connections, and I'm talking with Avery Oliver, the voter education specialist for the Arizona Clean Elections Commission. And Avery, at the beginning of the program, we talked a little bit about the commission and the fact that it got started back in 1998. The voter-approved initiative, they got started back in 1998. But what is the commission made up of? I understand that there are 5 members on the commission.
Right, and we as a commission, we're nonpartisan, and we offer unbiased election information. So our commission is made up of 2 Democrats, 2 Republicans, and then an independent.
An independent.
Right.
And who appoints these folks?
From my understanding, the governor appoints the members of the commission, with the understanding that they have to be from different political parties.
Okay. So Governor Ducey will appoint 2, and appoint 2 Republicans.
Republicans,
but then he also has to appoint 2 Democrats and an independent.
Correct.
Okay. And do you know what the term of office is?
I believe, I want to say the term of office is 4 years, but you can have like holdovers, or they can get
reappointed.
Right, get reappointed. So, and right now I believe we're in the process of getting new commissioners. So
okay.
You will see some changes moving forward.
Okay. So we talked earlier about the fact that we're going to have a presidential preference election. That's for Democrats only. And that's going to be in February or March?
That is March 17th.
March 17th.
March 17th.
And then we're going to have a primary here in Arizona, and the primary is
August 4th.
Is August 4th, but you got to be registered if you're not registered to vote.
Yeah, you want it for the primary, you want to make sure you're registered by July 6th.
By July 6th. That's right after July 4th holiday. So
yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Make sure you do that. And to get registered, you can register online.
Yeah, you can. That's a good point to bring up. You can register online at azcleanelections.gov. You can register at the Secretary of State's website. You can also register at Service Arizona.
Okay, so there's no excuse for you not to be able to.
And you can register as many times you like.
Okay.
You can wake up Monday and be a Republican, and then Tuesday be a Democrat, or vice versa.
Is there a limit? I mean, to be. Say if I want to change from Republican to Democrat, do I have to do that in a certain amount of time, or can I do that the day before the election?
No, as long as you do it, I believe it's, I want to say 30 days.
Back to that July.
Yeah, you want it, yeah, so that's why if you register to vote by that registration deadline, then you'll be able to vote in that next election. So,
okay.
Yeah, change your registration.
Party you choose.
I think it's between 27 and 30 days. 30 days.
27 and 30 days that you got that, okay. Now, does the Clean Election Commission put out a guide of some kind?
Yeah, absolutely. We send a voter education guide to every registered voter's household, so it's one per household. But it has the election information, polling locations. We send them out in Spanish, Navajo, large print for people with, trouble seeing. We have it audio version on our website as well. So we try to make it easy as possible for voters to get educated on the election and information. That,
How often? How soon do you send it out?
You should see that within 30 days before the election, or I think 30 days before the election, and then you're going to, and like I said, and it's also online. But yeah, 30 days before the election, you'll receive the education guide.
Okay, you're gonna get a voter education guide and so forth. And what's a voter dashboard? What's that
The voter
about?
dashboard is an awesome tool. It's one of my favorite tools on our website. You go in, you put in your address, and it will give you everything that you need to know about voting in your area. It'll give you your district information, jurisdiction information, polling center, polling locations, voting centers. It'll tell you about the candidate. It'll give you contact information about the candidate. So even me, I have a degree, and I still use the voter dashboard.
Okay, okay. Well, I think a lot of people don't pay that much attention, especially, I would suspect if you walked out on the street and asked, who is your state representative?
Right. Many people don't know.
Who is your state senator?
Right.
They probably wouldn't know.
Exactly.
At least 9 out of 10 wouldn't know who that is.
And where to go to find that information. So the voter dashboard is an excellent tool and resource, and I recommend anybody use it.
My goodness. Avery Oliver, voter education specialist. So your job is to make sure that people get registered.
Get registered and vote and understand the voting process.
And know what they're voting for and so forth, and not just taking sound bites from ads that you see, because every ad you see is going to make that particular person look good.
Right, exactly.
And so forth.
Exactly.
So, but a lot of things that politicians say they don't do.
Yeah. That's why you go to the voter dashboard. You can check the record and things of that nature.
My dad told me a long time ago, don't watch what people say, watch what they do.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's what it's all about. Avery, thanks for coming and sharing this information with us.
Thank you. I appreciate it, President Dean.
All right. I'm George Dean, President and CEO of the Greater Phoenix Urban League, and we'll talk with you next month.
You know, AutoNation saves you so much, you can put more under the tree.